This afternoon session was very much focused on cultural differences and generational differences, and particularly recognizing that differences among people, employees, clients, customers that you serve, are not just something to be managed or something to try to minimize, but instead that if we think about differences as something that brings value to our organization, then we have to figure out how to leverage those differences to understand how perhaps your style, your culture, your background could actually help me to do things more effectively and can help our organization to be more efficient in getting things done. So we talked about things like primary cultural differences that the research demonstrates exist across different cultures, as well as generational differences that we know exist across the different generations, and recognized that those differences are a responsibility of a leader to understand and to work within. One of the questions that came up that I thought was really interesting is, why don't we just ask people to adapt to us? We're the bosses, we're in a leadership position, so we could tell people, here's how I expect you to behave, here's how I expect you to think, and that would solve the problem. The difficulty is that it doesn't bring out the best in everyone that you're working with. It doesn't recognize that there are benefits to having diversity in the work environment, and it's much more effective for me as the leader to say, let me understand who you are, what motivates you, how you think, how you like to get work done, and let's create a variety of options for how we're going to be effective as a group. That tends to be more motivating for people, it tends to make people more satisfied in their work environment, and then as a result tends to create a much more high-performing organization.